Hey guys, thought I would just start making some longer videos that I will upload to YouTube. That way I can just talk about a few topics in a bit more depth. I do feel like when I post my reels, I'm really trying to get too much information out there in one post, and it might be a little bit hard for people to kind of take the actual message that I'm trying to get across. So I thought this would be good, maybe just once a week, to kind of go over a few struggles that I see a lot of people going through and how to address them. And I love doing this stuff. I love talking. I love informing and all of that. So just let me know what you need help with. I think there's a lot of people out there that are kind of hesitant to ask questions because they feel like, that's going to show that, I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know what I'm talking about. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions. There's nothing wrong with learning. So I thought I would just jump on here and, talk about some of the issues that I've been talking with people lately. I do speak to a lot of people on social media, just the ones that kind of respond to my stories and polls and whatnot. And it's quite interesting because it seems like the regular kind of challenges and issues come up, and it's very predominant amongst a lot of people, especially people who work full time, are really busy and finding that they've got that time, a bit time poor to fit things in. So I thought I would start the first video talking about how to stay on track. I know I've covered this a lot in my posts and my podcast with Daniela that I do weekly. We did speak about that. So make sure you go check out those videos because it's really good to have both our insights on that. And we've both got, some strategies that can help you with that. So yeah, definitely go check that out. So I want to start with, first and foremost, saying that if you want to get results, you just need to have consistency. It's really that simple. There's no magic trick. If I was to show you the magic is within consistency. And this term consistency gets thrown around a lot. And I think people, they know what it means, but they don't know how to actually be consistent. They're like, oh yeah, being consistent just means, doing it every day, showing up every day. Yes, it does. But how do you keep consistent? How do you keep up with that consistency? A lot of people said, yeah, I know how to be consistent, but they've gone through so many phases where, they'll be consistent for a few months, then go completely off track. Consistent for a few months, go completely off track. That's actually not consistency. Consistency is when you have adopted strategies where you are doing it every single day. That is consistency. So people can stay there and sit there and say, oh, I've been through consistency. I know what it is. I followed, a protocol before and I got really good results, but you didn't last with that. So that's not consistent. Consistency isn't a limited time thing. It's a lifetime thing. And I really wish that people would understand that more. I think people look at me, for just the example, and say, oh, it's easy for you because, it's part of your lifestyle and that's it. Well, it's not easy for me. I am actually juggling a lot. And I think, maybe because I don't post every single thing I'm doing throughout the day, people just assume that, I've got all this extra spare time, which I don't. I don't watch any Netflix series because I don't have the time to. I'd love to, chill out and watch a series, but I don't have that time. So the time that I do have, I do spend and focus that on, the nutrition and exercise side of things, which, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that everyone has to be fully invested in only that and that you should have balance. But I think it's just about getting your priorities right and what's the best for you, and I don't think people are consistent long enough for them to actually feel the benefits of what they're doing. If you keep looking at your journey, just specifically weight loss and losing weight on the scale, you're probably not going to be consistent because the scale is going to fluctuate. There's going to be points where you hit plateaus. There's so much to consider, and you need to start looking at it from a health perspective. For me, I've trained myself where if I don't exercise or I don't get it in, it ruins my day, literally feels shit. So I just do it. No matter how tired I am, if I know I've got a busy day, I will restructure my day. It may mean training at a different time, but however it works and however it fits in. It may even, there's been a lot of times where I've had to change my rest days and days that I train just based on my schedule. So I think it's just important to understand that, you don't have to be perfect, but you need to make it where it's not a chore. It's just something you do. It's something that, you fit around your day. It's like, I know it sounds so silly, but it's like eating. You're not going to just not eat the whole day. What do? You fit it into your day, okay? Obviously, eating doesn't take hours, but it's something that you do. Brushing your teeth, something you do every day. Having a shower, something you do every day. Exercise, make it something you do every day. And people can say, well, exercise takes a lot longer than brushing your teeth in a shower. Yes, it does. But it's a habit, and a constant habit that is a part of your lifestyle just becomes second nature, where you just do it. You can sit there and say, oh, I had such a hectic day, I'm so tired. Well, make it a time of the day where you're not tired. And I know people that only work out 2 to 3 times a week. And that's enough. And that's enough for them. And they're like, yep, I've ticked it off. Pick days that suit you. If you're someone that has the same schedule 7 days and you're like, it's just not possible, well, you need to start thinking, okay, how can I restructure my day or make time? Because this is about your health as well. It's not just about weight loss. It's not just about looking good. I can tell you now, as much as people may think because I compete that I do this to look good, I don't. I do this for the feeling, the satisfaction of knowing that I am literally able to do anything that I set my mind to. That is why I get on stage. Anyone that knows me well knows that I'm not a glamour person. I'm not someone that, puts on makeup every day and, dulls myself up. Even when I go out, most of the time you'll see me in activewear. I'm not like a person that really dresses up unless it's a really big occasion. I'm not like that, despite what people may think because I compete. I actually, I'm the opposite of glam and all of that. I think people need to understand their why. For me, I do it and I step on stage because once I step out there, I'm like, I friggin' worked for this. I set my mind to something and I achieved it. That's for me, that's the satisfaction of it. And competing's not for everyone. I'm not saying compete to it, but I'm saying I think people need to stop looking at it just from a scale perspective, just from a physical standpoint, but start to look at it from longevity and how this is affecting your health long term. I think that's really important. And I hope that what you can take from this is that consistency is doing every day. It's not waves. That's not consistent. That's the opposite of consistent. Okay. And is it easy? I get that question a lot. I think it's not easy at the start. It is not easy until you make it a part of your lifestyle, and that's it. I have girls now that only after maybe a year did they start to really adopt these strategies. They're like, yep, walking is a non-negotiable for me. I'm going to get those steps in. But it took them time. At first, it was much so a chore for them. And I think once they saw the benefits of it and how good they feel, and not from a physical standpoint, it was more, wow, that is my only time in the day that I get to myself. That is the only time in the day that I get to actually zone out, listen to a podcast, an audiobook, listen, whatever it is. Some people don't even listen to anything. It's just like walking and, feeling good. I think people need to start looking at it from that way. And I really try to push this message, and I feel like I am very repetitive on social media because people are always looking for the answers. They're always looking, what's the answer? What's my solution? How do I fix this problem? And the only answer is be consistent, show up, make it a part of your lifestyle. That's it. There's no fad diet in the world that's going to help you. There's no person in the world that's going to help you. A coach can help you stay accountable, help you stay on track, but at the end of the day, it comes from you. It comes from within, okay? And I think people need to remember that. You know, your coach isn't there to, you know, make sure, have you done this today? Have you done that today? Yes, they are to a certain degree, but they can't be there 24/7. You need to learn to adopt these strategies on your own. I have a coach for accountability. I like it for accountability. I like that once a week check-in, just keeping me on track, having someone check over that I'm doing the right thing, because although I am a coach, it's good to have an outside perspective. You can become very biased on yourself. So I think it's important, very important, obviously, to have a coach. I'm not just saying that because I am a coach, because I've had one long before I was a coach. I've seen the benefits of it. I have one even now being an online coach. So I think people need to stop looking to others to keep them consistent. They need to stop looking at the physical so much. Yeah, it's great feeling good in your body and looking good, fitting your jeans, fitting your clothes, all of that. But start looking at it from a health perspective. You are better off focusing on this for your longevity. Okay, there have been studies shown that those who look after their health from a younger age, those who strength train, those who look after their nutrition, focus on their nutrition, when they get older, they are so much better off. There's a big thing now with elderly people who are falling over, which is a common issue that happens when you get old and, you know, have to get hip replacements or any sort of injuries. And the ones that have more muscle are less likely to actually have severe injuries, and they're more likely to recover from it. And that's just one example. You know, that's like, it may seem like so far away. Some people, they're like, yeah, it doesn't really motivate me. Well, it should, because you have one life. If you can make it a damn good one, you know, not get to 60 and already be, oh, you know, can't do this, can't do that. You know, I know some people as young as 35, 40 that are already feeling so fucking shit because they don't do anything. They don't move their body. They don't focus on the nutrition. They don't focus on hitting their protein targets. They don't focus on any of that. So, yeah, it's just really important to look at it from a different perspective. And I think that's how you're going to be consistent. That's how you're going to get the results that you want. Okay? And stop trying to rush results. It's not a race. Don't compare to anyone else. That's why I don't post my exact food that I eat every day, because I know there's people out there that will just copy it because they think, oh, that must work. Everybody is different. Their habits, their movement, their metabolism, the way they digest food, everything. There's so much to account for, and that's only to name a few, that you can't just think that one size fits all. You know, so stop scrolling through Instagram looking for someone's diet to follow. You know, start focusing on nutrition from your own personal goals and your current lifestyle. Okay, that's why I tell people, start off with tracking just for a week, see where you're at. If those amount of calories, you're not losing weight, well, you're at a maintenance, or if you're putting on weight, you're in surplus. Okay, what can I do? Let's slightly drop the calories, push yourself into a deficit. It seems so simple, but people overcomplicate it. Well, it is simple, but people overcomplicate it. And I think when I say it, people think, oh, she thinks it's so simple. It can be if you really focus on it. So I'm going to wrap this video up because it's already like 15 minutes long. But I really do hope that helps. And I hope you can see the message that I'm trying to get out there, and why I may seem very repetitive on social media, because I'm not going to come out with fancy shit that's going to help you. At the end of the day, what's going to help you is showing up, being consistent, adopting strategies to help you sustain results long term. That's the only way. There is no other way. There's no certain way to do it. It's got to be, you know, customized to you and what you can do and what you can control. So yeah, I really hope that helps. Next week, I will discuss a different topic. So let me know what you want to hear more of. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks, guys.